Hi guys, this is Jake at Canadian Cutting Edge. We're taking a look at an Enlan today. This is the M023. It's got carbon fiber inlay, green G10. It's got a right side thumb stud. Whoa, it's not flipping up very well. There you go. My finger's still a bit sore right there. You can still see some of it. And so my finger's still a bit swollen and still a bit sore, so I can't always flick it open as well as I'd like to. There we go. Took a little wrist to get my finger out of the way. We've got a clip point. We've got tip-up pocket clip, nice lanyard hole, saber grind, so that's a flat grind that comes up partway up the blade. This is a very nice little knife that I've been carrying a fair bit in the last month or two. It's for me, for what I like to carry, this is a good secondary knife because it's just under 3 inches from the handle to the tip of the blade. I think it's about 2.9 inches or so. I'll tell you the full numbers later on. But, it's a nice small knife for me to carry and just keep in a secondary position where if I drop my other knife or lose it or, it's dull or something strange happens, then then I've got a knife that's ready for me to use whenever I need it. So if you're interested at all in this knife, and even if you're not, stick around for this full review. The next thing I want to tell you about this is they are very low in stock on these. So if you want one of these, if you can see it already, it's for right-handed use. The thumb stud cannot be moved to the other side, just the way it's set. So if you're right-handed and you want one of these, you can tell by looking at it. Go get it right now. Link below in the description. If you need some convincing, no, I'm just going to talk about the review, talk about the stuff. I'm not going to try to convince you of anything. That's not how I see my job. I see my job as a reviewer to tell you about the features, maybe give you my opinion. Well, definitely give you my opinion of them and how much I like it. And then you get to make up your mind if you want to buy it or not. So what do we have? You can see right there the carbon fiber. That's genuine carbon fiber, just a thin little layer. So there's a screw here to hold it in place, and then the pivot screw holds it in place. And then the same thing on the other side. The screw is hidden underneath that. Well, you can just sort of see it right there underneath the pocket clip. This is G10. Got a nice little milled out pattern right there. It's got sort of a casket kind of end. You call that a casket shape when you got 45-degree angle and then a flat top. It's a little bit different than exactly 45 and 45, but it's close. And liners, open pillar construction. You can see those pillars there. Just plain posts, nothing special there. No jimping anywhere at all. Thumb stud is done well. It's got a little ridge cut out of it right there. Clip point, flat, nice belly, like a saber grind, so it's a flat grind. Nice belly, sharpener's choil. And just all around really nice shape. We've got Torx screws, and they're done nice and flush all over the place, except for the pocket clip screws. Pocket clip is one thing I wish they would have changed. I wish they would have moved it up at least until the very bottom of that screw. Better yet, if they would have integrated that screw with the top of these 3 screws here, then you would have a little less of the knife showing when it's in your pocket. That's a really good thing. Some newer knives are starting to do that more often than these older ones. Pocket clip itself, very functional, works great. 3 screws means that it's very secure. It's not going to come loose and wobble and stuff. That's a really good thing. 8CR13 MOV stainless steel, and it says so right there on the blade. Might be a little bit hard to read. There you go. Again, that's Torx as well, so it's easy to take that off if you need to for your sharpening system. You'd have to be on a very shallow angle if you are running into that thumb stud. I had no problem leaving the thumb stud on, just clamping on and sharpening. So it's nice and sharp. With my TS Prof system, you can see that sort of edge shining right there. It's not quite a mirror edge, but it's quite good. No blade play, back and forth, up and down. Blade centering is just a little bit off. And then lock up right there. I'll give you a close-up shot of that. It's close to the middle. It's a little bit further advanced than I like a brand new knife to be, but this is going to last for quite a while. Washers, we've got one nylon washer and one phosphor bronze washer inside there. I don't think I'll take it apart to show you the insides because it is very simple, really. That's what you get in there. There's no skeletonizing anywhere or anything, so there's nothing to be seen inside that way. Let's zoom in a little bit and do the dimensions. Cutting edge is 7.19 centimeters, 2.83 inches. The blade length, so from the handle to the tip, 7.39 centimeters, which is 2.91 inches. The depth of the blade, the thickest spot, or the deepest spot, I guess, 2.16 centimeters, that's 0.85 of an inch. The blade thickness, and I measured just behind the thumb studs right there, 2.44 millimeters, which is 0.096 inches. The thickness of the edge behind the grind right there is 0.65 millimeters, that's 0.0255. A little bit thicker than I'd prefer it to be, but not terrible, not bad. Handle length, 9.66 centimeters, 3.8 inches. Grip area, 8 centimeters, 3.16 inches. The handle thickness, 1.1 centimeters, that's 0.4315 inches. And the handle depth at the thickest spot, which is right there, 2.4 centimeters, which is 0.952 of an inch. The total length of this knife, when the blade is deployed, 17.1 centimeters. Oh, I didn't do the conversion to inches, and the inches is on the screen right here. It weighs 85 grams, which is 2.95 ounces. So just under 3 ounces for this knife, which is just under 3 inches. How much does this knife cost? It is cheap like borscht, my friends. $8.09 US, $10.32 Canadian, 6.84 euros, or 6.09 British pounds. There's a little bit of a shipping charge on there. And as I keep reminding you, if you buy 2 or 3 knives at a time, your shipping charge doesn't accumulate. It starts to accumulate and then they deduct a little bit. So you save money on shipping if you buy more than one item, be it the same item, multiple copies of, or be it, several different things that have shipping on them. Unique features on this knife. Well, I like that carbon fiber insert. Other than that, it's a fairly straightforward and standard knife. Let's zoom back out. It's a comfortable knife in hand. I've got large hands that border on extra large. And you can see the handle sticking out there and the end of the knife there. And it fits this large hand that borders on extra large. That's between 10 and 11 in European glove sizes. Comfortable any which way you want to hold this thing. Pinch gripping it, or just regular grip, or just gripping it this way to do some slicing. This kind of grip. All kinds of reverse grips. It's because of this sort of candy bar shape, which is kind of equal all the way across and kind of, squared off on the end. I call that a candy bar shape. It's so easy and comfortable in the hand. Being a saber grind, a flat grind, means it cuts very well. And, well, I'll show you that. Of course, it's pretty sharp because I've sharpened it on my sharpening system. It cuts straight down into paper. Slices very, very well. I could cut paper all day long, but people don't want me to spend my day cutting paper, right? So I can't do that all day long. I've got some fabric here. It's like some banding. Just zips through that very, very easily. This is from like a name tag lanyard that I forget who had it at some kind of meeting somewhere. Prairie Rose School Division. Yeah, this well, my wife must have had this from one of her school meetings. Cuts great. I like it very, very much. A nice tip. Well, it cuts great. There's a nice tip for stabbing into things if you need to. So now it's time to see what it looks like in a pocket, and I'll show you about that deep carry. The pocket clip holds very well, nice and firmly. But look at that. You've got about 3/4 of an inch, maybe not quite 3/4 of an inch of the knife sticking out of your pocket. That's why I would like if it was a little bit deeper, but it's not bad. It's not really that awful much. You got a nice lanyard hole there, and you can easily fit 550 paracord through that hole. Ties up really well. So for a knife that's just under 3 grams, just under 3 ounces, just under 3 inches. It's got unique kind of texture and colorization with the carbon fiber and stuff. Fairly smooth action. Of course, you can adjust the pivot if you need to. This is a very good little entry knife that you might be interested in. Again, that thumb stud looks like it changes to the left side, but no, it does not, simply because of the way they made the screw. As you can see, it's flush in there, or slightly below the surface, actually. So they've cut into the steel on this side to give room for the screw head. They don't have the same on this side, so it won't fit right if you put it the other way around. Like the way the handle swells up at the back right here and at the front there. It's very secure, very comfortable, good entry knife. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Thank you to everybody else for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. I try to get to the comments as soon as I can, although it's not always possible to get to them the same day. Remember, guys, always cut towards your chum and not your thumb.